I'm Leah Szmidt. I was born in Poland.
Born in 1925, Leah lived with her family in a shtetl called Torchen.
I had two sisters and a brother. We were four altogether.
In June 1941, Leah was 16 years old when the war broke out. She was at summer camp when bombs began to drop from the sky. Fearing her life, Leah ran into the woods.
So we were running from the bombs into the woods, and then we wind up in Russian and Ukraine, in the Russian Ukraine, it's the Soviet Union already. We wind up. And then we came all the way to a city that was Kharkov.
There, Leah was put to work on a farm. She lived with two other girls in a one-room house. That winter, the Germans came and occupied this place in Charkow.
And it was just troubles.
Leah was afraid what would happen if the Germans found out she was Jewish, so she changed her name to Lydia.
And one day, I was with the two other girls. Someone knocks on the door. Open the door. I don't know who opened the door. One of us. And a Gestapo, that is a German, that he was in a German uniform, in another plane, and maybe he's a collaborator or just one from that course. Of course, he done one of them. A plane just Ukraine. He comes in. He's looking for a Jude. A Jude means a Jew. For a Jew, he's looking. Somebody said that in this particular little house is a Jew. So he went over to one of the girls and asked her, Jude? She said no. He asked the other girl, she said no. Then he came and asked me, and I said no. I go, what can I lose? I said no. So they both walked out. And I said to myself, my gosh, they're looking already for me. Maybe next time I wasn't so lucky.
That spring, the Germans started to mobilize the Ukrainian youth, taking them to Germany for hard labor. Leah was transported on a freight train where she was given moldy bread to eat. The Germans did not let the youth use the bathroom. They had to go next to the train where everyone could watch. It was humiliating. When they got to Germany, they came to a city called Zillingen. There, Leah and 11 other girls were chosen to work in a priester seminar that was converted into a hospital for wounded soldiers, run by priests and nuns. Leah was put to work doing laundry.
So two of the girls went into the kitchen room. One of the girls was such a mean idiot. I guess they knew that I was Jewish. She was gonna squeal on me. And every day she walked in, she said, but she didn't know how to say it in German or in any other language, but in Russia. And in Russia, a Jew they call Yevrei. So every day she'll come in, she'll say, a Yevreika's here, a Yevreika's here. And they didn't know what she was talking, they didn't pay attention, they just go to work, go to work. And the Hashem was with me there. He watched over me. And while she was trying always to go squeal on me that I'm a Yevreika. So one day she was doing her pots, and she didn't do her pots so good. So the nun came to her and told her to do it over. What did she do? She took the pot and threw it away. That was the end of they took her right out. They put her in concentration camp or killed her. I don't know what they did. She was gone.
In late 1944, a farmer came to take Leah and two other girls to a different part of Germany. They were put to work on a farm, milking cows and cleaning stables. A few months later, another guy on a bicycle came to take one girl. He picked Leah. She was taken to work on his farm. The man had a wife and two small children.
He was mean. He was a mean guy. And she was so mean also.
Leah worked every day, but Saturday she cleaned outside, washing windows, walkways, and walls, etc. One Saturday, when she was done her duties, she was walking back into the house when a bomb exploded.
I walked in, and there's a bomb, boom, and it demolished the whole house, and it demolished the outside. He was outside. It ripped it apart. and it killed two children and his wife, and I was injured. My main injury was my eye, my head and my eye. And I was bleeding like a dog. So I hold myself like this, and I ran to the front door because that's what you can run. And I opened the front door and started to scream.
Leah was brought to a first aid military hospital where she was treated. Then she was taken to a different hospital. Still covered in blood, Leah was so grateful when a nun cleaned her off and gave her something to eat. Then she was transported again to a different hospital in a city, Krefeld. Leah stayed there from February 26th to May 5th, 1945.
Over there, I was for 3 months till the war ended. All my other wounds were okay, but my eye never was good. I lost my eye. I wasn't myself anymore. I lost all my everything, but nothing I could do.
After being released from the hospital, Leah returned home to Torchin to find out what happened to her family.
I don't know where my mom and my sister were, lost their life. But I knew my brother and my father. It's so sad. They were hiding in the woods, the forests of the woods somewhere. But then it got to the point that they couldn't do it anymore. So he went to, they knew that guy. I knew him too. And asked them if you can take him into their basement, not a basement, into their cellar. It was a big out hole. We didn't have basements in Poland. We had just holes digged out, like that. So he took him in there. I don't know who, probably himself or maybe his relative, squealed, and the Gestapo came. They took him out of there. They took my brother, my little brother. He was younger than me. And they took him out and my father. They told him to dig out a hole. It's not a grave, but a hole. And they shot them both and they fell into it.
After finding out about her family, Leah went to the Donna Bastion Displaced Persons Camp, where she stayed for 3 years before immigrating to the United States in 1949. In 1955, Leah met Martin Szmidt, another Holocaust survivor whom she married November 13, 1955. Together, Leah and Martin had 3 girls, Clara, Laura, and Natalie.